What's up, everybody? ODC here. Sorry, I'm trying to plug my situation in. Get all situated. Hopefully it's not too bright in here. Wait for some people to pop in, and then we'll start discussing. Hopefully everyone saw the movie by now, so we can discuss it. Still playing around with this damn droid. Still playing around with him. Him and Mystique. This Mystique's a lot of fun to pose. But last video I was like, how does this other antenna fit in? And I was like, what the heck? And I was like, oh, you gotta take the backpack off to put the other one on. So that's how you do it. Sorry I didn't upload a video. I was going to go live and do a live review on Saturday. It just didn't work out. I ended up working, and then there was some people in from out of town that I wasn't expecting. It was kind of like a last minute thing, so I ended up meeting up with them and hanging out with them, and it just didn't work out. And then I worked a 16-hour shift yesterday, so I've been just like shot the last like 2 days. So, but I want to wait for some more people to pop in, so I'll just kind of discuss. I picked up Inferno, which is actually, I picked up the repro labels for this Inferno, so you can actually turn him into Pyro from the Wreckers. So, but here he is in his robot, or his, not his robot mode, his vehicle mode, his alt mode. Looks pretty cool. It's not everybody's cup of tea. This was actually from the Power of the Primes line for this Inferno. But I'm really digging this. I did a video about her on, excuse me, on my Facebook page. But this Mystique looks really good. Really, really good. I really like her. So we're going to talk Captain Marvel, and then I'm going to do the new winner for the Marauder Task Force. Whatchamacallit? Oh, my brain's not working. I've been working too many hours the last like 5 days in a row. So let me regain my bearings here. I went and saw Captain Marvel on Thursday night late. I got free tickets to go see it with a whole bunch of people. This is like the first time in a long time I've actually got a free ticket to go see a movie. Normally I usually pay, but I mean, who's going to pass up a free ticket? But this is also the first time in a long time I've actually gone with like a large group of people. So it was cool to see all those people. I haven't seen them in years, and hang out with them and, you know, reminisce and, you know, have a couple beers with those people. So it was pretty fun. And so I went to see Captain Marvel. And now, before I get to the Captain Marvel stuff, I am going to be announcing the new winner for the Marauder Task Force gift certificate, because the previous owner, I gave him like a month to contact me. There was no contact, so I'm going to do another random name picker out of here. And it's going to be everyone that joins the stream today. So just leave a comment while you're watching the stream. You'll be entered in. This way I know the winner is actually watching my content, as opposed to, I think what happened is I got someone who watched some of my content, entered in just to win it, and then never watched any more of the content after. And that's why I don't think he ever got a hold of me. So, you know, he had to forfeit his winning, and now there will be a new winner today, live. So, I wanted to do that. So, oh, you got Pursuit of Cobra Steel Brigade? That's a good one, man. I like that one. Even the 50th anniversary one, I like that one too. Nice. Nice, man. Nice, Ben. Yeah, it's a good one. Like I said, whether it's the POC one, there's actually two versions. I think there's the 30th anniversary one, the Pursuit of Cobra one, and the 50th anniversary one. So any one of those three. I think there's a little bit of variation between the two, with the 30th anniversary and the Pursuit of Cobra. I think the shirts are different, I want to say. Maybe it was the pants. I don't know. I'd have to go look, but I wish I could, Tim, but it's hard to tell who's who, and I want to be fair to everybody that's subbed to me. Like, if I could put all over 3,000 subscribers into one contest, I would. But, you know, obviously some people can't catch the streams, you know? That's the difficult part. And it's kind of unfair that I don't give other people a chance too, just because if they don't catch the stream. But now I need to get a winner, and I need to get a winner quick because it's been over a month now, and that, really the only thing I needed was his email address so I could email him the gift certificate. That's how it works. It was that simple. So. Okay, so we got a pretty good amount of people, and the people that are just joining in, this is why I'm going to wait till the end so we can discuss Captain Marvel civilly, and we can, you know, then I'll once everyone's here, the majority of people are here, I'll have everyone, you know, I'll type everybody's name in here, and then we'll get a winner. So anyway, so Captain Marvel, like I said, I went to go see this with, I want to say about 6 people. 3 of them were women. 3 of them were men, so 7 including myself. Now, you have to keep in mind here, I am not a very political person. I do not watch the news. I don't watch things that annoy me. So when I say I'm not a very political person, I just simply don't pay attention to that stuff. It's just unnecessary for me. And it doesn't, at the end of the day, really affect my life anyway. So I just simply, I just shut it off. If I don't like something, I turn that shit off. So anyway, you have to keep in mind here that going into this movie, I knew little to no information about what was going on politically. And I was actually just going to shoot this as a podcast review for my Facebook page, because that's what I do with movie reviews. I don't like uploading movie reviews onto YouTube anymore. I just don't like clustering things, and it's too much out of the norm. Like what I should be doing right now is a goddamn review, but anyway, I wanted to pick this winner, and I wanted to have something else to talk about. So here we are. So going into this, I didn't have a whole lot of knowledge as to what was going on. I heard a couple things, and that was from people that were telling me about it, like, oh, she said this, this, and this about white men. She doesn't like white men or something. And I was like, well, how much of that is... And this is the thing, like, if I don't know enough about something, I don't usually voice an opinion, because then I sound ignorant, because I don't have all the facts. And if I don't have all the facts about something, I need to shut up, because I'm going to sound stupid, or just as stupid as the person that made ignorant comments about something that I don't necessarily know enough about. So I like to think logically when it comes to like political stuff like that. Don't worry, I'm going to get to all your comments and stuff like that as we go along. But I also don't want to lose my train of thought. So going into the movie, I was actually excited because I like Carol Danvers as a character. I was pretty excited about it, and like I said, I knew a little bit. I know she made some comments about men and some comments about, you know, the stereotypes and blah 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 and all this, that, and the other thing. If you haven't seen the movie, this is going to be spoilery. If you haven't seen the movie, then maybe stop watching right now if you care to see the movie. Now, having the mindset of not knowing what was going on politically, when I went into the movie, I was like really excited. I'm like, this is so great. We're finally going to get Captain Marvel. I don't care if it's Carol. I don't care if it's Marvel. I don't care if it's Monica Rambeau, which she was in the movie. So I'm like, whoa, what's going to happen? And I didn't know any of the castings. I went into this thing dead blind. The people I went with that don't read comics knew more about it than I did. That's how blind I came into this movie. So going to the movie, I just wanted to, have a good time, watch the movie. I was excited about it. I'm like, oh, I can't wait. We get this, and then we get, the what you call it, Endgame next month in like a month, not even a month now. So super excited, and I'm watching the movie, and I'm seeing certain scenes where I'm just like, well, they could have cut that out. That's no big deal though. And then they could have cut that out. That's no big deal though. And then I'm seeing like certain things that kind of bugged me. And this is all political stuff aside. I'll get to the political stuff and I'll point it out just so you know what it is. I'm seeing stuff that kind of bugged me with like the production value here. And I know that's sometimes outside the grasp of, the director and whatnot, and obviously the actors, but the production value seemed very, I don't know, subpar for a Marvel movie. And I don't think I've ever said that about a Marvel movie. It just didn't seem like it was up to the normal expectations for a Marvel movie. Like, it seemed like towards the end of the movie they ran out of budget, and they were just like, well, we'll just keep her entirely in CGI for all the space scenes. And that's fine. Like, I'm don't really care. I'm pretty happy with the majority of modern day CGI. I have call it lowered expectations. I mean, I still enjoy the old Star Wars CGI from the early 2000s. I don't care. I'm not a CGI Nazi. I'm not going to sit here and be like, this looks so weird. I'm not going to sit here and nitpick the shit out of every little CGI thing like a lot of people do nowadays. But some of it seemed, I don't know, maybe not up to snuff for what we're used to seeing. That's what I'll say. I felt like the acting, for the most part, was done pretty well. I couldn't get a bead on Brie Larson, though. I don't know what it was, and I had one of my friends does read comics, and I had his wife sitting next to me, and she was going, God, this is boring. There was a few times in the movie she's like, God, this is boring. And I was just like, this is kind of boring. And there were certain times where it was like, you get a little bit of action, but the action was so claustrophobic, it didn't feel like you were in this big universe, Like, even the beginning scenes with the Skrulls, like, I expected a little bit more than just a couple shooting. Everyone's dead. She gets kidnapped, And then, she definitely beats the shit out of everybody in the movie. Like, she beats the shit out of everyone in the movie. Like, I don't think I'm trying to think of one time, besides the beginning when she gets abducted, they show her get knocked out, but that's I think that's the only time where she kind of gets her ass whooped. I'm trying to think, because I've only seen the movie once. Was there another time where she... I don't think there was, other than her being restrained by the Supreme Intelligence. But I guess there's two times where she got kind of knocked out and then was held captive in the movie. But they don't, she never, has it doesn't seem like she's struggling whenever she's in a fight. She just, beats the shit out of everybody, and that's it. And I was like, oh, man, they could have put a little bit more thought, creativity into the fight scene, where it's just kind of, just beat the shit out of everybody and move on. And then there's the chase scene, which I think is the best scene for the fighting scene, stuff like that, throughout the train and stuff. I think that's the best fighting scene, in my opinion. I know other people might like the later scene on the ship, but for me, it was the chase scene all the way from Blockbuster through the train. I thought that was pretty well done. I dug the Stan Lee cameo with him reading the script of Mallrats, rehearsing his lines with Brody. I thought that was pretty cool. Did she? All right, maybe you guys can answer me this. Did she break the fucking fourth wall? Did she? Whoa! I lost you. Sorry. Did she break the fourth wall when she looked? Did she look at the? Because I remember her looking at the camera first for a second, and then looking at Stan and smiling. But I was like, I can't remember if she looked at the camera and then maybe she just looked at Stan and smiled, but still kind of like hinting at breaking the fourth wall there. Hold on, I'm gonna get to. Oh, I gotta get something else to hold this up. This isn't working. Hold on one second. Where is something heavy? Ah, you come here, sir. All right, we gotta ghetto it up here because there we go. All right, so now the camera won't move. I promise. All right. Okay, so let me get to all the stuff I did like, and then we'll get to the stuff I didn't like. All right, that's what we'll do because I'm kind of shooting from the hip and I'm bouncing all around, and I don't want to do that. I'll try my best not to do that. The stuff I did like I said, I thought the acting was good. For like the whole cast, I thought the whole cast did a pretty good job. I'm trying to think. Definitely the bright spots is Samuel Jackson with a younger Nick Fury that, you know, I wasn't really expecting him to be very different. But, you know, when you're younger, you acted different from when you were older. So it makes perfect sense as to why he was taking a little bit more seriously, or a little bit more seriously later on in his career, because he's been through some shit. Where in a younger age, maybe he's a little bit more wet behind the ears, and he was a little bit more, you know, humorous and fun. So I thought that he did a really good job. It was cool to see Coulson. I thought the CGI on his face looked okay. It looked pretty good. It was fine for me. The CGI on the de-aging CGI on Samuel Jackson looked pretty good. What else? I'm trying to think all the positives here. It was cool when she got like her powers. If I can nitpick something, I'm gonna say that when she got her powers, she just like all of a sudden knew how to use them. Where she'd never flown before, like her body flown, like she's never flown, so how does she know how to control that? She just kind of opens up her eyes and then learns how to fly because of the plot, where there was no real growth there with her learning her powers. I feel like this movie could have benefited from the Rocky story. If they would have, because the story itself is very bland. It's not anything special. Like you have it. It's not like you haven't seen it before with a Marvel film. You know, it's been done before. So I mean, if you're gonna do something again, just do the Rocky thing. Do Rocky for her. It works. You know, look at. You know, she's powerful. You know she's gonna be a great fighter, right? So you have her. You build her up. Whereas this, it was just kind of, I'm just gonna beat everyone's ass, and that's fine. If you want to do that, well then maybe you should have just done Wonder Woman then. Should have just did what Wonder Woman did, because Wonder Woman was great. Everyone liked Wonder Woman, you know? But she wasn't born with the powers like Wonder Woman. She was accidentally hit with them. Like in the comic, she gets them from Marvel, Captain Marvel, by kind of an accident, you know. I think his powers phased into her, and that's how she got her powers. So there's that. All right, I gotta stay on track because I'm going off on tangents here. But I'm trying to think the other positive stuff. I mean the nostalgia stuff. I don't want to bring that up just yet because I want to get to that because I think I have pretty good points about the nostalgia stuff. I'm trying to think what else. The costumes I thought looked pretty damn good on everybody. I don't really have an issue with any of the costume designing. I think it was top notch. I'm still thinking the Skrulls look great. They look fantastic. I didn't really have an issue. So a lot of people had an issue with them, you know, kind of what you call it, transforming. Like the one scene on the train. There's a couple other scenes like where the one Skrull gets shot by Jude Law's character, and then he kind of transmorphs back transforms back into his original self. They're like, I didn't like the CGI, but I guess those are CGI snobs, so I didn't really have an issue with that. I thought all the character designs looked pretty good. I even dug the when she's kind of got her mask on and she's got the blonde mohawk. I thought that looked pretty cool. Trying to think what else. Bracking my brain. All right, so maybe I'll start thinking of more positive stuff. There's more stuff. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I've only seen the movie once, and that was like back in last Thursday. So, I can barely remember what I ate for breakfast, for God's sake. All right, so the negative stuff that I do remember, like I said, the production value didn't seem up to snuff for a Marvel film. And maybe they were trying to save some money because Endgame comes out next month. I don't know what the issue was. Maybe just the studio didn't want to give them any more money towards it. Some of the pacing issues, I had issues with some pacing in the movie here and there. Some of the scenes, I felt like they should have been cut. The scene where she crashes into Blockbuster, and then she shoots the Arnold poster, which it was Arnold from True Lies standing there with Jamie Lee Curtis, and she shoots Arnold, which I don't know how they got the rights to put Arnold in the movie. I don't know if that's a thing, if like Arnold had to okay it. Sorry, I'm getting a phone call. Sorry, I'll turn that off. But she does shoot the poster, and then she leaves. I was like, that could have been cut. The other scene that could have been cut. Oh, I liked the kind of flashback scenes. I liked those. Those were pretty cool. They were a little bit overdone. Some of the I want to say with Brie Larson in general, like some of her, I don't think she we all know that she's not a fucking comedian. So her delivery is not going to be the best. So some of her delivery, when it came to some of the comedic lines, they weren't necessarily done. It was kind of an awkward pause after she would say something and smile. It's kind of like an awkward pause. It was weird. And then what was really weird is that the theater was like dead the entire movie. I think the biggest pop for the movie that it got was the Stan Lee cameo. I almost said promo. The Stan Lee cameo was like the biggest pop. I heard just people clapping and cheering. But other than that, I didn't hear a whole lot of people laughing and stuff like that. It was very just an odd. I felt like I stepped into another dimension. Like I'm like, is this a Marvel film? Where the hell am I? I didn't know. Like, it was just weird. Like there was no emotion or anything from anybody. It was just kind of like silence almost the majority of the movie. It was very odd. So the production, some of the lines, the delivery were a little bit off with some people. I think his name is Ben Middleton. I don't want to say his name wrong. I sound like an idiot every time I say someone's name wrong. Ben Middleton, I think that's his name. Is that his name? Let me know in the comments. I'm probably saying it wrong. But I thought he did a really good job with the Skrull. The problem that I kind of had with the Skrulls is that they kind of, and they can fix it. I'll tell you how they can fix it, but they kind of screwed the Skrulls up, in my opinion, because like how many times have you read Secret Invasion or anything with a Skrull in it, and whenever there's a Skrull in it, you know that some shit's about to go down because they're usually villains, but they flipped it. And you think they're villains in the beginning, but you don't know their motives. and then they turn out to be refugees being hunted down by the Kree. So there's that kind of like political thing with illegal aliens in the U.S. Like that you could get even if you didn't know what was going to happen with all the political stuff. Like you got that like right away. You're like, okay, that's what they're doing. Now the one issue that I have with that is that like I can usually ignore a political message in a movie, but when it changes the face of a character or said characters, then I kind of have a problem with it because you're ham-fisting us something that doesn't necessarily need to be in the movie just to change the character for the sake of you're Ryan Johnsoning something. You're changing something just for the sake of changing it so you could say you did it. And that's not necessarily the case that you should have done with the Skrulls. Maybe they can try and fix it with down the road with if they do decide to do Secret Invasion. I'm not saying they will, but that's something I was hoping for. They could try to fix it down the road with maybe the Skrulls manipulated Captain Marvel to find them a new place to live so they could take over another world and another world and another world. So they could go back and they could fix that. It's not a big deal. Like the story's not over with the Skrulls, but if it doesn't, then it's kind of an issue, I think, you know? On top of that, you have to bring in the Fantastic Four now. I mean, we saw I don't know if it was technically a Super Skrull, but we saw a large Skrull walk in the room when he was trying to subdue Captain Marvel, or Carol. I'll say Carol. They were calling her Veers half the movie, but there's a reason for that. Apparently, her army dog tag got like burned in half, and it only said Veers on it, so they thought her name was Veers. So they started calling her Veers, even though there would be two E's in that. It would be Veers for Veers. It would just be Vers. So apparently aliens can't read. But anyway, that's a nitpick. Who cares? The forced nostalgia is, I think, the thing that bothered me. One of the things that bothered me the most. I get it was like it's set in the 90s, but the problem that most movies do when something is set in a time is that they kind of get that. They've kind of done what Back to the Future did so many times, where they had to influx songs into scenes that kind of didn't work. Where Back to the Future, when they did it, it worked for that because you knew it was the 50s already just by the look. Like, if you have the look down, it doesn't matter. You don't need to put I'm just a girl in a fight scene in space when it's not even on the ground on Earth. Like, it didn't work. Like, we get it's a 90s song. We're not dumb. We're not a dumb audience. Like, we understand that I'm Just a Girl came out in 1995, 96. And I have proof. I actually went to the No Doubt concert in 95. I still have a t-shirt from that said concert. And if you don't believe me, I'll show you the t-shirt. It is actually in that room. But we all, what was it? The Nirvana song started playing while she was confronting the Supreme Intelligence. I'm just like, that doesn't work. Just do like some grimy, epic, villainous music right now. You just need that. That's all you need. Whenever there's like battle scenes and there's like pop music playing or rock music playing, it kind of takes me out of it. It's just me, personal preference wise. It takes me out of the fight scene, because then it's like I'm focusing on this song that's doesn't really fit in with the fight scene that's going on. It's like you're just trying to feed nostalgia and remind us that we're in this is the 90s, but you're in space, but it's the 90s. So we get it. It's the 90s. We all knew it was going to be the 90s going into the movie. Like, some of the stuff just didn't work. I don't have a problem with her like wearing flannel and stuff. Some people did. They were like, I don't like the way she's wearing flannel. It's too much. I'm like, who gives a shit? It was on a prop. It was the style at the time, so it made sense. That made sense. Um, a lot of people had issues with the, obviously the male overtones. So I'll touch on that. I'll point it out. I'm not going to touch on it, and I'm not going to sit here bitching and moaning about it, because it honestly, I just don't care. Because other movies have done it. Guy movies have done it. Other female movies have done it. And this got way blown out of proportion, way too much. So I'm not going to sit here and I'm just going to point them out and address and just say, this was the one, that was the one, that was the one, and that was the one. So we obviously got the blockbuster scene with her shooting Arnold. And if you see it, if you go back and you watch it, you'll see that Arnold is all messed up, but Jamie Lee Curtis is left unscathed. That's one of them. It's not the biggest deal in the world. I just kind of giggled at it, and I was like, okay, move on. The other one, I want to say the ones that people had the most issue with were the Monica Rambeau's mother talking to the Skrull in a aggressive way. And we all know, like, obviously a Skrull would destroy her. We all know that Skrulls are stronger than humans. Like, we all know that. It's not anything we don't know. So, like, that scene bothered people. I think people are tending to nitpick just for the sake of pointing out things to nitpick. There's the other scene where she's reading a road map, and a guy on a motorcycle pulls up, and he's not even... This is the funny thing. I was laughing at this because the guy wasn't believable as a dude on a motorcycle trying to be misogynistic. He just looked like they cast some sort of model, right? If you're gonna do that, get some like big, beefy, burly, long beard, tatted up, 6'4" biker dude to do it. Then it would be believable, okay? Don't get skinny GQ guy hitting on Captain Marvel on a motorcycle. It's like, just, no, stop. It just wasn't believable. I just was laughing at it. I just thought it was ridiculous. So you get this guy, he pulls up on his motorcycle and he says, hey, baby, you shoot me a smile, why don't you? And she just doesn't even pay attention. She steals his motorcycle, and that was it. And people, like, lost their shit over that. And I'm like, really? That wasn't even a well-written scene. Like, why you should be laughing at it, not getting upset about it? Who cares? So at this point, all of the things that people are getting upset about, I've laughed off because it's just kind of crappy writing at this point. So, what is it? What was the other political scene? I brought up the 3. I'm trying to think. There's more. I know it. Don't worry. I'll get to the cat. Hey, buddy. I'm trying to think of the other one. What's the other one? Oh, the flashback scenes with, like, men, the cockpit joke. That really incited a whole bunch of people. Oh, boy. You know? So there's that. People got upset about that's why they call it a cockpit. And then there was a couple scenes where people were, I think I heard the word, you're gonna die, a couple times, and then, like, you can't do it, you're never gonna be a pilot. And I'm just like, who cares? Move on, people. Who gives a shit? Like, male-driven movies haven't done that to women before. Women haven't hit on men in a specific way that should be considered upsetting for men. I don't know. Maybe I just have thicker skin and I just laughed at these. So, and the cockpit joke, I thought it was poorly written. It wasn't delivered well. It was delivered awkwardly. And I know it was meant to be serious and taken seriously, but I was just kind of like, okay, moving on. That scene ended, moving on. It wasn't anything that really stood out, but it was something that you knew was put in there for a reason, but it didn't really affect me at all. So, there you go. Maybe I understand that it's going to, upset people, other people that are maybe don't have as thick a skin as I do, but, I thought, overall, now I pointed out the political stuff. Maybe I missed a couple here and there that maybe I just forgot or didn't catch or whatever. But, like, I wasn't there to watch that. I was there to watch, have a good time. Whenever I go see any type of like a Star Wars movie, or I watch a G.I. Joe movie, or I watch a Marvel movie, a Predator versus Alien movie, or a Predator or an Alien movie, whatever kind of movie. Whenever I'm watching something that doesn't exist within the realm of realism, I'm going to see that movie to have a good time. Okay? I'm going to see it because I want to see a specific character done. Okay? I don't think that we actually got Carol Danvers, the character. That's the thing that I kind of came out of the theater saying to myself. I was like, I don't think people that know Carol Danvers as a character, like the casuals, I don't think those people actually got a grasp, because I had a couple of friends that are just, casuals that only go see the Marvel movies. They're like, I don't really understand who she is as far as personality goes. There's a lot of disconnect there because they wanted to focus on other things. And that's fine. They're entitled to do that. It's their movie. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of people getting upset about a lot of stuff. And I'm just like, dude, it's not the end of the world. It's just a fucking movie. It's not going to matter anyway in a month from now or in a couple weeks from now when everyone's talking about Avengers Endgame. So what difference does it make? Move on. Don't get so upset. It's just a movie. If I had to rate the movie, I'd say it's about a 5 out of 10. It's a mediocre movie. It just rides the pine of mediocre. That's pretty much it. It's your garden variety superhero movie. And like I know there's like the scenes with Monica Rambeau, but Monica Rambeau's a child and she's kind of a footnote as opposed to Carol. She's a footnote to Carol, where in the comics it's just not like that. But I understand, like, I'm not expecting the comics. I'm not going to sit here and be one of those people that bitch that it wasn't just like the comics, because I have an understanding that this Marvel Cinematic Universe is not canon and the comics are canon. So the Marvel Cinematic Universe is its own thing. They've been changing shit since day one. So, I mean, if you look at Tony Stark in the comics, and then you look at Tony Stark, and I'm not including Ultimates Tony. If you look at Tony Stark in the comics, and then you look at Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark, it's not even Tony Stark. Like, it's not. It's his own version of Tony Stark, but people never bitch about that. So it's kind of hard for me to sit here and bitch about her, because it's their own version. This is their version of Captain Marvel. So whatever they want to do with it, they can do with it what they will. It's their property. It's their movie. They paid for it. They can do it. They own it. So a lot of people are like flipping out and like asking for a recast. They're not going to recast. You think they're going to recast her? You are out of your mind. If they think Marvel's going to recast her, no, that ain't going to happen. No chance in hell they're going to recast her. I don't care how many petitions there are. They're not going to recast Brie Larson. So, and all these people are like already flipping out, man. It's so funny. Don't worry, I'm going to get to all your comments in 1 second. I promise. I just don't want to lose my train of thought. But all these people are like saying they're already flipping out about Avengers Endgame. Oh my God, she's going to kill Thanos. It's going to be terrible. Gee whiz, you guys are like already a month and a half ahead. What are you doing? Some people just need to go sit down and have a Coke and a smile and chill out. Shit. So, I know I didn't touch on every little detail of I gotta touch on okay. The other thing that bothered me was the Nick Fury eye thing, but not for why you think. Okay? It's not the fact that I guess it's partially a fact that they just kind of, they took away the gravitas from what Nick Fury made kind of a big deal and a foreshadowing in an earlier film, and it kind of took away. Now, follow me here. Just follow me. In Captain America: Winter Soldier, there's kind of an epic scene where they bring up Nick Fury's trust in people and his eye and blah blah blah, and he goes, "The last time I trusted someone, I lost an eye." And I was like, "Ooh, man, I can't wait. Like, I wonder what happened to it. I wonder, if someone took his eye that he, like, who was it?" And then now it's just a cat scratches his eye, and I'm like, shit. It's one of those little things. It's not the biggest deal in the world, I guess. I guess to me, I was just kind of hoping for something a little bit more epic for him. And I'm just like, the cat scratched his eye? And I was like, maybe it just like damaged his eye, but it didn't like take his eye. Oh no, it's gone. That's it. So I felt like that was the other thing. They had to kind of package everything in a tight little box for everybody. Oh, we got to explain how he lost his eye. You didn't have to do that in this movie. It was unnecessary. I still think that Nick Fury can have his own movie, and I think he should have had his own movie a long time ago. And it could have been a nice, really nice change of pace. And you could have included all the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. people, but had Nick Fury the lead. And it could have, and I don't watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. anymore because I can't watch that show anymore. It just, the production value and but you could have tied that in to a Nick Fury movie and had a nice little change of pace. And I felt like that could have happened after Captain America: Winter Soldier. And then you could have tied in how he lost his eye then. It could have worked. Or you could have set it up without the Agents of... Well, obviously, if you did it like a prequel, it would have had to been without the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., like, from the cast. But if you did it like a prequel, you could have had, like, Coulson in there. You could have had a whole bunch of people in there, So, but they just they took liberties with his eye. It's not the end of the world. Doesn't really change my day. It's not going to affect my day at all. It's just a movie. I think it's a mediocre movie at best. If I could give another recommendation, as far as go see it or wait for Netflix, I'd say wait for Netflix. So like when you compare, if you watch Captain Marvel, it's just like, okay, it's just another origin story. It's just like Thor. It's just like Captain America: First Avenger. It's just like Iron Man 1. It's just nothing new to see here, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on to Endgame, which is in a month. So, I'm excited. I can't wait. The little end scenes, there's 2 end scenes. I'd say skip the second one. Don't wait for the one that's at the end of the very end of the credits, because all it is a cat vomiting up a Tesseract. And that's pretty much how Captain Marvel gets her powers. Like, they switched that. Oh, there's one more thing that bothered me. I forgot. See, this is why I work backwards, thinking-wise. So I apologize for kind of going all over the place. But that's how she gets her powers. She shoots an engine, which was powered by the Tesseract. And when it exploded, that's kind of how she got her cosmic powers. So, and I don't really mind that, but you did take away something a little bit more important that could have been used for Marvel. Now, if you guys don't know about the original Captain Marvel, I mean, they didn't bring up the nega bands. They didn't bring up, well, they gender swapped Marvel. They didn't bring up any of the close, tight kind of relationship that Carol had with Marvel. It was just kind of a real lame duck story. Marvel really got the shaft as far as being put in this movie. And it's just a shame because Marvel could have had his own movie, and he could have been the predecessor to Iron Man 1. I still feel like Marvel could have been the beginning for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And then Carol could have taken over, you know. But you know, this is the route they want to go. They want to have the big female have the big moment, and that's probably what she might get it, she might not in Endgame. Who knows? We don't know how Endgame's going to happen. And you know what? I gotta say this as far as what I think is going to happen. I think the characters that have been grinding for over 10 years for the for the MCU, I think they're going to get their moment. And I don't think they're just going to pawn it off to a new character that just started basically phase 4. What is it? Phase 4 now or something like that? I don't even know what phase they're on now. But I don't think they're just going to pawn it off to her as getting her big moment, because her big moments haven't happened yet. You know? Like, there's going to be more for her. So let the character grow a little bit more. Try to be a little bit more patient. And I think the original cast, like Iron Man, Captain America, like all these characters, Black Widow, all these characters are going to get their just due in the movie. So a lot of people are flipping out over Captain Marvel. Just chill out. Like, it's not that big of a deal at the end of the day. It's just a movie. So, all right. So let me get to the comments. Oh my God, there's so many. You guys are so nice to me. All right. Yeah, I'm going all the way back up to the top. He sold off. Ben says he sold off all of his incomplete 25th that he had for decades by mostly POC. Hey, man, I don't blame you. If you want, POCs go for a lot more than a lot of 25th anniversary figures, so I can't blame you for that. And POCs are quality. All I can say is that Captain Marvel was the best S.H.I.E.L.D. episode I've ever seen. Oh, that was good. Been a long time since I joined your live stream. Oh, thanks, Strawberry Fields. I'm glad to see you here, buddy. If it wasn't for a white man, she wouldn't be born. That's crazy, bro. I heard the movie wasn't good. I want to see Shazam. Oh, yeah, I can't wait to see Shazam, man. The original Captain Marvel. And that title was stolen because DC forgot to re-up their copyrights. Damn it, DC. But he is the original Captain Marvel. I don't like what they did with Nick Fury. Kind of diminished his backstory. Plot holes galore. Oh, yeah, there's tons of plot holes, of course. But, there's tons of plot holes in Iron Man. And there's tons of plot holes. And a lot of an Avengers Age of Ultron, which is... that movie. I hate that movie. It's still... I think Age of Ultron is still my least favorite Marvel film. No. Iron Man 3. What else? Iron Man 3, Iron Man 2, Age of Ultron. And I don't care what anyone says. I love all the Thor films. Don't care. Don't care. The Skrulls look like they were out of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Oh my God. You guys are brutal. Ouch. I cringe when Ronan said it's a woman. Oh yeah, Ronan runs away like a little bitch. She flies up to Ronan. She's like, "Don't you ever come back here again." I'm paraphrasing, but he's like, "Okay, we gotta go," and they just leave. It's like a dog with his tail between his legs, just bounced quick. It would have been cool if Wolverine took Nick Fury's eye. It would be cool if they would finally I can't wait. I cannot wait. I am relishing the day. I'm really excited for Endgame, but I am relishing the day that they bring in the X-Men under the Marvel banner. I cannot wait for that. Okay, moving on. Brie Larson's smile got me. I don't know. I like her, but as Captain Marvel, I don't know. Yeah, you know, she's not she doesn't have the range of being a comedian. That was the thing that really took away from me. Some of her delivery with the comedy just seemed like levels of like WWE interviewee in the back cringe. You know when they like leave the camera on someone too long and they're just standing there waiting for the transition to the commercial and they're standing there like this just looking at the camera and nothing's happening. It's kind of like that. Yeah, the Stan Lee memorial in the beginning was great. I loved that. True, Kang could pop up. I can't wait for the Fantastic Four, man. I know a lot of people diss the shit out of Fantastic Four, and they don't like it and they call it boring all the time. I love the Fantastic Four. I don't give a shit what anyone says. I love them. And I can't wait for them to be done correctly. I cannot wait. Smile for me, ODC. What bothered me the most was the movie. Soul Drum. Other than it being... Other than the very beginning and the last action scene, the movie was dull and boring. Yeah, it was pretty boring for the most part. Like I said, it wasn't just... It's not just like me. Like the whole theater, which was packed, the whole theater was dead through the whole movie except for the Stan Lee cameo. Like dead. Like I think I was laughing the most, but it wasn't for the reasons why it was supposed to be. It was like I'm laughing at the scenes that aren't meant to be laughed at. The major cringe moment for me was when she was wooing, like Charlotte Flair wooing, while she was flying in space. I'm like, ugh. No. It's like smelling a bad fart. Like, ugh. Oh. Did you have the beans, bro? You know? I think it was mostly the writers, too. I do. I mean, she definitely tried her hardest for the movie. I just don't think it was written very well, you know? And I'm not even mad at the movie because it didn't live up to my standards. I essentially just don't care, you know? I just don't care at the end of the day. I'm not one of those guys that are going to get upset, you know? And this is the thing. This is kind of the, you know, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. If you don't like the film, then you're kind of... The way I've seen it, as far as social media goes, and I haven't gotten involved, but I've seen it. The way I've seen it is, if you like the movie, you're considered this. If you don't like the movie, you're considered that. You know, you're considered a misogynist if you don't like the movie. And if you do like the movie, you're just feeding in with the other SJWs. This is why I just don't care. I pointed out things that I liked, and I pointed out things I didn't like, and that's pretty much it. It's a, you know. No, you didn't miss the announcement. Nobody missed the announcement, so stick around, hang out. I'm going to do the random name drawing before my battery dies on my phone. Good Lord. All right, so I wanted everybody here. This is why I want to talk Captain Marvel in the beginning. We're all done with that. No more Captain Marvel stuff. Was Captain Marvel a Green Lantern? Do I have any tips for loose joints on Joe's? Yes, I do, Ben. Whoa. I think it's, who is it? I think it's, if you get floor polish, right? If you just like get, I think it's like a bottle like around this size, and if you get and it'll just say like floor polish, whatever. You don't want to get the. I don't think it really matters what kind of floor polish you get. Some people say it does. I've seen other people say that it doesn't matter. But if you get like a floor polish, it'll be in like I said, a sized bottle like this. Not this exact bottle because it's a friggin' water bottle, but it'll say like I think it's like who makes it? I can't remember, Lysol or whatever. I don't know who, but just get regular floor polish like hardwood floor polish, and then what you want to do is you want to just take like a Q-tip, and then like let's say you find your joint, right? You want to spread the leg open, kind of like don't mind her crotch in your face, but you want to spread the leg open where the ball joint is, or remove the leg if you can. Remove the leg, use some hot water, or use like a heat gun. Remove the leg, and then just put one little tiny dab on the ball joint. Let it dry for maybe about 30 seconds to a minute. Put the leg back on, and then kind of work the leg. And it works with ankles, it works with shoulders, it works with legs, it works with anything loose. I would say stay away from super glue, because super glue leaves this like gross white residue, and it takes away from the figure. I mean, the floor polish stuff always works well, but be sure after you put that little dab on there to work the leg though, because it will kind of freeze up a little bit. So you want to just continuously kind of work the leg, kind of back and forth, in and out, you know. But that's what'll help. Pledge, there we go. Pledge floor polish. The last Fantastic Four movie was the worst Marvel movie. You mean Fan Four Stick? Anyway, okay, so let me get everybody's name here so I don't forget. Okay, so we got Tim, we got Strawberry Fields, we've got Ben. All right, let me put everybody's name in here. All right, putting that in there. Whoa. Sorry, I'm just reading names, so don't mind me. I know this is very insightful content I'm giving you right now. Okay. What is it? Ionic Blood 66. Or Ionic? Yes. All right, action figure expert. I don't think I'm going to include the people that won last time, so I don't think Jason's here anyway, and I don't think the other gentleman is here either. So that'll actually work out. So Strawberry Fields, forever. Don't mind my thumb. Okay, action figure expert. There we go, he's in there. And we got Soul Drum, 8 or 6er. Soul Drum, are you still here? Woodman 29. Who are the other 28 woodmen? That's the real question here. Okay. Are they all named Woodmen? Do they have names in front of them? I'm just kidding. A and D. Dude, oh, Soul Drum, we gotta talk. We gotta talk. I overworked myself over the weekend, so I'm sorry if I didn't hit you up, buddy. But we gotta do that thing with the thing, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? We gotta do the thing. We gotta do the thing with the thing, if you know what I'm saying. Is there any world? Oh, I'm sorry, I missed this guy. Gilbert. Is it Gilbert or Jobert? Because Jobert and Gilbert, I believe, is spelled the exact same. All right, I'll put Gilbert in there. Yes, sir. You got it. You got it, Soul Drum. I think that's everybody. I think I have everybody in here. Hopefully I'm going through the list really quick. Ooh, going through the list. I'm going through the list. Are you going to hurry up with the list? Okay. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 10 people watching. Come on. Where's the 10th one? Where's the 10th one? Don't you woo at me, you. We only have 9 people. We have 10 people watching. How is that a thing? All right, we'll do the 9. I'll give people 30 more seconds to get their names in, and then I'm drawing the winner, and then we will... Am I going to review the Transformers Triptychon? Oh, yeah, of course. I don't know when I'm going to get to him. I will get to him, though. Whew. I think this week will be a little bit easier. Also, next month, where my shift change happens at work, things will change a little bit, where I won't be working as much. But this last, month has been rough. It's been very rough. Ugh. That and a lot of people coming in from out of town that I know lately, so, I can't just sit in my room and review all the time. All right, I'm going to do the drawing right now. I gave people 30 seconds. We've got in here, just so I read them off, we've got Gilbert, we've got A. Indy, we've got Woodman, we've got Soul Drum, we've got Action Figure Expert, we've got Strawberry Fields, we've got Ionic Blood, we've got Ben, and we've got Tim. Let me go through the list one last time so I'm not missing anybody. Tim, got him in there. Got him. Like I said, if you want to enter in, just comment on the live stream. And then once I announce your name, please send me a message with your email. All you gotta do is send me your email, and I'm gonna send you the gift certificate via email. It's that simple. It takes a day to do. So, all right. So here's the random picker. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? I'm pressing the button now. Who is it? Oh! Oh, you can't see it. What's going on? Stop it. It's not showing. It's Soul Drum 86. You have won the Marauders Task Force thing. Let me know if Yeah. So I'm sure I will get a hold of Soul Drum. But there's everybody's name, just so you're not like, you didn't have everyone's name in there. I don't believe you. Thing. Oh, God. This thing is trash. Come on. There we go. There's everybody's name. I know it's inverted, so I'll flip the camera around so you can see it. How's that? Don't mind Mystique. There you go. So, there you go. Random name picker. Oh, God, I spilled my water. That's not good. Oh, God. At least it's just water and not something else. Beer or whatnot. Fix my camera. All right, so I picked up Inferno, and like I said, I picked up the, and I'll transform him back. I picked up Inferno, and I picked up the repro labels. The repro labels for him. Now, repro labels sells an entire kit, so you can turn him in from Inferno to Pyro from the Wreckers. So if you're interested in that, you can go to Repro Labels and check that out if you want to. I am not sponsored by Repro Labels at all, but there's also a fan mode you can get him in for that. So pretty cool stuff. So okay, so you want to split the arms right up here for that. Bring that over. Bring that over. It's pretty simple. It's not hard. I know this looks confusing, but all you're really doing is going from like this to putting that out straight, right? And then you just separate the legs like so. Come on. Come on, you little jerk. Separate. 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 Dance to the music. There we go. That sounded bad, but it wasn't. And then you want to bring the legs up like that. Very simple stuff. And you kind of want to bend this and lock them in. Oh no, they just stay like that. Oh, I thought this was the locking one. Am I stupid? Yes. All right, so there's that, and then bring the feet around because you want the wheels on the inside of his legs. Okay. And then drop this down. Get your eagle on, right? Bring the head up. Bring that up. Rotate that down. Spread the arm out like that. Rotate that down. Spread the arm out like that. And you have an arm, an arm, an arm, and an arm and a leg. That's way too many arms. And then you want to take the guns off the back. And like that. Put that over there. Take this arm off, or take this gun off. You just plug them right into the ports right there. And then bring this back like so. And you want to bend this up like that. Okay. And then you want to bring these sides in like so. Twist this around. And there you go. There's Inferno. When I do get the repro labels, now I don't know why it's taking so long for some reason. It says, I looked up how long it takes airmail to ship, and it said only 1 to 3 days. And it's almost been a week. So I'm starting to think there's something wrong here. Maybe I'll get them by tomorrow, but my first shipment I haven't got yet. And the second shipment with his repro labels and the OpX Generation Toy Optimus Prime, his repro labels are coming too. So I'm assuming maybe Saturday I'll get these, and maybe by tomorrow I'll get the other ones. So, oh, guys, you just missed it. Damn it. You just missed it, guys. You just missed it. You missed the announcement. I did a new winner because the previous winner for the Marauders giveaway never contacted me, so he forfeited his gift certificate. So you like missed it by maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes tops. What it took me to transform him, which does not take long. So there is Inferno. Looks pretty cool. And like the repro labels that you get, it covers the entire, almost the entire head to give that IDW look. And then it covers this. It covers the majority of the legs, where he's kind of like a dull figure. The majority of him is with the exception of the yellows where the head is, and then the yellows where the chest piece is, and the little yellow pieces right here. The majority of him, oh, and these little gray stuff. But the majority of him is just pretty much just red and black plastic. So he's kind of dull. But once I get all my repro labels, I'm going to do probably a live video putting them on. I think that'd be pretty cool. This way you have a guide to show you how to put them on. Because once you get repro labels, they don't come with a little diagram showing you exactly where to put them. You kind of have to go off their website, and then they show you where to put them. So this way we can do it together. I think it'd be a fun little thing to do. And, oh yeah, there's little stickers right there on them already, too. I didn't point that out. But there's Inferno. And you can actually, all right, here's the other thing. There's like a fan mode for this, for Pyro, where he's got the assaulter cannon, or the incendiary cannon, and you just kind of do that. So basically there's like a little hinge and a swivel right here. Just bring that down for the regular mode for Inferno, and then if you want to use Pyro, you just kind of lift this hinge up, swivel this around, and then you have this like shoulder cannon that's supposed to be coming out of this area. But I think they actually send you stickers for this too. So there's the Devastator Destroyer Cannon 2019. Okay, anyway. I was watching the Repro Labels YouTube video for the conversion, and they're like, the guy that's talking for Repro Labels is like, in a world where a hero needs to step up. And then they're like, they bring up the cannon, they're like, you can take his cannon and turn it into the Devastator Cannon. It's just fucking ridiculous. That was funny. But there it is. Oh man, I'm having too much fun today. I'm having too much fun. But yeah, don't worry. I'll probably do another Marauders Task Force giveaway down the road, maybe end of summer or something like that. That'd be fun. No, I didn't buy anyone's collection. I just kind of, well, with some of them I had to pay to play. Like all the third-party stuff, I had to buy that brand new. I know there's some people on the fan pages, a lot of people weren't selling the stuff that I wanted, and I'll be honest with you, buying my first third-party stuff, personally, I wanted to buy them brand new. I didn't want someone else's used stuff. I kind of wanted to get some new stuff, and you know, I busted my rear end to get some of this stuff. Like, really, Triptychon, he was only $60. I got him locally. So I got him locally. I got, this was, I think he's on Amazon right now for like $18. So he's not expensive, and he's Voyager sized. So here's like, where's a, all right, I'll go get a deluxe figure real quick. Hey. All right, so here is Sideswipe. Oh, 35-year-old knees, not fun. Here's Sideswipe, he's deluxe sized, and here's Inferno. And this is from Power of the Primes, so there you go. Third party is anything that's not licensed by Transformers that a company makes that's a Transformer without having any Transformer insignias on them. Essentially what third party does is they make a lot of the stuff that Hasbro hasn't made, or Takara Tomy hasn't made. Tacoma. I'm thinking like a friggin' Toyota Tacoma. Takara Tomy hasn't made, or Hasbro hasn't made. So third-party companies just basically means they make action figures that are a little bit, I want to say, higher quality, and they make characters that Hasbro or Takara hasn't. So, like a lot of the IDW stuff, if you're into the IDW Transformers comic books, a lot of those designs are, like, a lot of people want them, and Hasbro doesn't really make them. So the third parties are the ones that you go to get that stuff. Like if you go to Mastermind Creations, all their figures that say reformatted are their IDW brand. It's basically their IDW characters. So there's stuff like that. There's other companies like was it Masterpiece, and there's I'm trying to think. There's Generation Toy, where I got the OpX from. Oh my god, my nose is so itchy. It's so annoying. Has my dog ever chewed one of my figures? No, never. He was a rescue. Oreo was a rescue, and he was trained not to do that by the time I got him. His story, actually, I feel you're going to feel bad for him. He was a rescue. I got him a few years ago when I was still, my wife and I were married. I'm no longer married anymore. But when we were together, right after we got married, we got him. And the story behind him is that the first family he was with trained him as a watchdog. And he's a Border Collie Lab mix. So it's not really in his nature. Like, he's a friggin' half of him wants to be a cattle dog. The other half wants to play all day. You know, so... but they trained him very strictly, and I'm convinced that he was abused, and very strictly as a watchdog. So he doesn't get, he's very territorial when it comes to, like, people entering his house. Like, he won't, like, attack someone, but he'll growl and he'll feel a little uncomfortable. So people kind of have to ignore them when they're at my house. It's not the biggest deal in the world. Like, he just calms down, and he goes on his bed and he hangs out. He's no big deal. But the second family that got him, there was an incident with a nip. He nipped at a kid, but he was put in a situation where he shouldn't have been in the first place. What happened was they brought him to out in the country, and it was like a camping party, and he was born as like a watchdog. And the reason why the first family got rid of him, because he wasn't, they said he wasn't the watchdog that they wanted or whatever. I find that very suspect. But the second family that got him brought him out to a kid's birthday party, and there was, like, I think 20 kids there, and they were all petting him at the same time, and one of the kids pulled his tail, and he nipped at one of them. So that family got rid of him right away. Like, with first time that you nipped at a kid, it's over for you. So he kind of got a bad rap. He's misunderstood. And, like, he's a great dog. Very loving. He's a little protective at times. He's got trust issues. But, I mean, since he was a puppy, he's been abused. And that, you know, that has long-term effects on the little guy. But he's great. No, he's never chewed any of my toys. He's never peed in the house, never pooped in the house, ever. He's very smart because he's half Border Collie. Extremely intelligent. I mean, like, if I teach him a trick, he'll learn that shit in a day. Like, easy. But he's chill. Like, he just hangs out. He's like very self-aware too. Like, he doesn't like bumping into things. Like, he's a great dog. He's an awesome dog. Yeah, he's a good boy. We're very similar, me and Oreo. I'm convinced that, like, whenever I do a video in my kitchen and I do like an unboxing video or something like that for you guys, or I do like a live video like I was doing the other day, I'm convinced that he just wants to be a part of the video. That's all. That's why he makes so much noise, you know? Oh yeah, he's definitely the channel mascot. Oh yeah, and you know what? It was actually my ex-wife that found him. We were at the SPCA, the local. I'm sorry, I keep itching. I'm like, it's the beard. Sometimes like beard hairs will go vertical and they'll like go up your nose, and then it like your whole nose itches, and you're like, ah, ah. You know, it's annoying if the mustache hair gets too long and it goes up your nose, and then you've got an itch constantly. And then you're trying to get the hair down, and then people are like, "What's wrong with that guy? Why does he keep wiping his face? Did you just do crystal meth or something?" And you're like, "You know, the hair went up my nose." And anyway, so, but it was actually my ex-wife that saw him. We were at the SPCA, and we were like looking. Originally, we were looking at I think it was a Jack Russell, and then I was like, you know what? I don't want a small dog. I want a dog. You know. I don't want a dog. I want a dog. So I was like, we were both in agreement with that at the time. And she grew up with two big dogs. She had like a lab, and she had a golden retriever. So they were like, you know, bigger dogs, not like huge dogs like a freaking, I don't know, mastiff or anything like that, but they were, you know, considered large dogs. I think it's anything over 60 pounds is considered a large dog. So, I didn't even see him. She saw him and was like, I started looking at puppies because I just wanted, if I go into the SPCA, it's like I'm Superman and there's kryptonite everywhere. I want them all. I want all of them. I want to bring them all home with me because I don't want anything bad to happen to them, you know? So I'm in the SPCA and I'm just like, maybe we should get a puppy. Maybe we should get 3 dogs. There were these 2 old beagles. I swear to God, they were so old, probably 1 or 2 years away from a deathbed, right? As far as natural causes, dying from natural causes. And I'm like, I want them. I want them. I was like, hun, let's get these. And she's like, they're so old though. What if they die in 6 months? And I'm like, but at least they'll be comfortable. And she's like, I don't know. She's like, let's just keep looking. And I was like, I wanted those 2 old beagles though. They were snorting and sleeping, and I wanted them so bad. But I'm at the counter asking her, I'm like, is there anything, you know, in a large dog scale? Do you have anything in large dog scale? You know? And they were like, let me check. And she was checking the computer. I'm like, what about these puppies? And I'm thinking about like every dog there. And then there was a dog where we almost got, it was a pit bull. And she was so happy and so playful. And I was like, oh, I just want it. And originally I wanted a bulldog, but oh my God, they're so expensive. They're like $2 to $3 grand. I'm like, holy shit, I'm not spending that much on a dog. And plus, I did go there to get a rescue, so I wanted a rescue dog. So she ended up seeing him. She's like, Anthony, come over here and see this dog. And then like he was like jumping up with just his like standing. He was just standing with just 2 feet walking towards there's like a kind of like a Mr. Ed door, you know, where it splits in half and then the one half opens up like this and the other half stays shut. So he's like walking I was like, that's it, he's mine. I was like, I don't care. I don't need to take him for a walk. Nothing. I want him now. Can we take him home now? And they're like, no, tomorrow. I'm like, okay, all right. So, and he was actually neutered, I think, after the second family gave up on him. So he was also neutered later on in life. So, just poor guy got the bad rap. He's a good boy, though. That's my good boy. Oh, yeah, he can jump, Woodman. He can jump like 6 feet in the air. Like, he can jump. If he wanted to jump over the fence that I have outside, he could easily do it. He just doesn't want to leave. But, yeah. everyone know Oreo. Did you look at the figure I recommended last week? Are you talking about the action figure expert? Are you talking about the Transformer? I think someone recommended that I look at the smaller scale Transformers. That might have been Terry Turner, actually. Which action figure expert? I can't remember. I can barely remember what I ate for breakfast. But oh wait, I don't eat breakfast. I wake up at like noon every day. Because I don't work. I work odd hours, so. But what figure was it? Refresh my memory. Refresh my memory. Oh my God! It's almost 9 o'clock already. Holy Toledo! Refresh my memory. I do have. Am I gonna grab the 3 and 3? Am I gonna grab the 3 3/4 inch Hiya Toys DC figures when they come out? Yep. I do plan on picking up Red Hood. What was it? Red Hood, and I think a couple others. The P Power Core Combiners Heavy Tread. Look them up. I will right now, actually. Hopefully my battery doesn't die. Hopefully. This phone is so old. And it's like one of those things now where I'm like, people are like, get a new phone, my God. And I'm like, but it still works. They're like, barely. They're like, but it still works. Yeah, Gaz, they're G.I. Joe scaled, yep. The Hiya Toys ones. Kind of just like the Predator that I did a review of, the Elder Predator. I wonder if I've seen them before. Oh, are you talking about Guzzle? That looks just like Guzzle. There was a GCI Toys, and I think they went out of business. But they had a IDW. It looked like pulled right out of the pages. They had a concept for an IDW Guzzle, and replacement for Godzilla. The only thing I'm seeing is the heavy tread. He looks good though. Are you talking about this? This guy right here? I'm sorry, I know that's like a really shit. It's the light reflecting off the screen, that's the problem. Heavy tread. Looks good. I've seen like a lot of reviews on Trypticon, and they're all like, I don't know what Trypticon's essentially supposed to be. They're like, he's like a weird dinosaur thing, but they're like, it kind of looks like a T-Rex. I'm like, guys, it's essentially Godzilla. Like, like Trypticon is essentially Godzilla. Like, Grimlock is a T-Rex. This is Godzilla. Godzilla dwarfs friggin' a T-Rex. So, and the way he's like built, he's built like Godzilla essentially. So, it is a good substitute. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Any updated Sweet 16? Not really. Not really. Nothing really has been done as far as that goes. Like I said, I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do. I'm probably going to sit down tonight with a pad and paper. This is what I always do. I usually sit down with a pad and paper and I try to figure out what characters I want to do. I write all the characters down. I'll do all my research. The thing is that takes me the longest to do is going through and figuring out piece by piece how I'm going to build. So sometimes I'll spend like 2 days trying to figure out what pieces I want specifically for Marauders, because sometimes I overthink things way too much, but at the end of the day, the product looks pretty good, I think, for the most part, for me, you know. But it's time for an update. There's nothing really to update, though. I showed them, you know. I guess I could, well, there has been changes made. So I guess I could do like a video. Maybe I'll probably just do like a live video then. Yeah, it is. I agree, Action Figure Expert. It is better than the Dark of the Moon version. It is. So I'll definitely probably go that route maybe. But oh, for the Build-A-Figure? Yeah. Wasn't that long ago. It was about a month ago. Wasn't it? I just haven't done a Joe one in like 2 months, I think. But I'll do a Joe one. That's on the schedule for the next one. But I like to I don't want to half-ass it. Like, I still am mad at myself for doing my version of Nomad. It was a very lame dick version of that version. I'm kind of debating deleting that video just because but I'll leave it up. But when I do a video like that, I want it to look good. So it might take a little bit more time, but it'll look quality, I promise. So am I still going to do am I still doing the custom viewer Marauders? Yeah, I'm waiting for you guys got to send me your info so I can start building it off of your character, because I don't know anything about your characters. You guys got to send me if you want to send me a file card, whatever you want to do. You can send it even on the Strident page. So if you're not a member of Strident, you can put it on the Strident page, or you can put it on my page, or you can send me a message on Facebook with it. So there's plenty of different ways you can go about doing that. For those of you that don't know what I'm referring to, I said basically, if you send me a file card with your character, with your character's name, a brief backstory, what kind of class they are, like rank, and what their specialty is. Like, are they are they a communications expert, or are they whatever their specialty is. Basically, if you go make a G.I. Joe file card, if you send me that, or even if you don't have to send me like the specific file card, you could just write out the stats, and I said I would build a character in action figure form for that character, and then I would make a subscriber Marauders sub-team to work with like the Sweet 16 and stuff like that. So you guys got to send me your info though. So the faster you send me your info, the faster I'll start doing that, and it's something that we can, interact with each other doing. I think it's something fun to do, something different. I don't think anyone's done that. So that would be something cool to do. I just need your guys' characters, that's all. And I'll probably do a video on each individual character. This way, you have your kind of like your own video. But okay, Gaz, yeah, everybody get on that. Do that if you want to. I mean, really, all you got to do is take maybe what, an hour, maybe less than that, out of your day. Doesn't take long to think of a character, and you know, if you want to get maybe a little bit more creative with it, maybe it take you a day or two. But think of a character. You can, like I said, you can base it off yourself. Doesn't necessarily have to be based off yourself, but you can. You know, it's something fun and creative. It gets you guys, you know, to do something, and I can interact with you. And then I'll make the character based off what is on the file card. It'd be something fun to do. I wish I could get, like, I'll have to figure out face sculpts, stuff like that. If you guys want to send me like a photo, just like a photo of your face, so I can try and grasp the best face sculpt for your character. Or if you don't want to, you don't feel comfortable doing that, that's perfectly fine. I completely understand. If you want to just, you know, describe, you know, what, you know, ethnicity, whatever, you can go that route too. So I can just find a head sculpt and work that way. But it's something fun to do. So, and I'll name the entire subscriber team. I'll give them a name, and yeah, be something fun to do creatively, something different to do. But, ugh. Oh boy. Are you tired? Do you have to go poop? He just looked at me. Huh? Huh? How do you describe stunningly handsome? This is how you describe it. Cool. Awesome. Awesome. So Woodman's in. Gaz is going to say he's going to shoot me one in a couple days. That's great. Come on, guys. I know you have it in you. I know you have it in you. Come on, Soul Drum. You too. You just won a gift certificate, damn it. Oh, man. So, I think, what was it, this month, the next wave, like, what was it? I think Ironhide, Six Gun, Chromia, and who else? Why do I always forget the last one? Oh, Prowl are all coming out this month. Soundwave and Starscream have been popping up at Walmart and Target. So, if you're looking for them, go check your Walmart and your Target. I'd say check Walmart first, then check Target, but whatever. Those are popping up. I definitely would recommend picking her up. She's pretty dope. I like the extra head she comes with. The bigger gun she comes with doesn't really fit. So I'm like, skip that. But the pistol works with her. I think she looks really good. I really love that face sculpt. It looks so good. I'm probably going to do a review on her, but it seems like a lot of people don't watch my Marvel Legends reviews. So, that, and I want to get him done, this little guy. This little light of mine, I'm going to give you a review. That was terrible. But, I don't know. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I wanted to show you guys this. So you guys want to take a little trip real quick? And then I'll probably end the video. Thoughts on the Target NECA cartoon turtles? I want them. All of them. They look amazing. I wanted to show you my Wreckers display. So we'll go do that really quick. We'll do that. Don't mind my lighting downstairs because it's kind of shite. Oh, stretch. Oh, feels good to stretch. Oh. All right. Well, you hear him? He's yawning too. You still haven't seen any of the new Star Wars wave yet? Yeah, I know. It's kind of annoying. Well, I've seen, what was it? I picked up the droid, and Drayden Voss was there. And, what was it? I really want to get that. I still haven't gotten the Hoth Leia. I'm really way behind with a lot of this stuff. So, all right, but I'm going to switch over really quick to this. All right, so, well, this doesn't belong here. Let me get this out of here. This is supposed to go upstairs in another display. Sorry. All right, so here we have, there's the Generation Toy OPEX Optimus Prime. We've got IDW Blur, IDW, I don't know why he's looking at the ground, but we've got IDW Bumblebee. And then here's the Wreckers so far. I'm still missing Twin Twist. We got Top Spin right there. We've got, so there's Top Spin. I need Twin Twist. You can't have a Top Spin without a Twin Twist. There's Iron Fist, and that's from Mech Ideas. Gauntlet, that's his name. Mech Ideas Gauntlet, it's really Iron Fist, but they can't call him that because they don't have the license to Transformers. And then over here we have RC. And then there's Guzzle. He is a little teeny Guzzle. And then over here we have Springer. That's from the Hasbro version of IDW Springer. There's Whirl. There's, well, Whirl is actually named Turbin. And he is from the Mastermind Creations. There is Broadside, aka Assaulter. I already showed him off. And there is Dykamus from Mastermind Creations, aka Roadbuster in his robot mode. And he is a beast. He is tall. So he is a large boy. He eats a lot of cheeseburgers. There's Sandstorm. A lot of similarities are used with Sandstorm and Springer, but you would actually be surprised as to how different they actually are. A lot of different nuances between the two. And then we have Scoop and Cup. And then we have the boss man himself, Mr. Impactor, aka Spartan from Mastermind Creations. I still think that this is one of their best figures, hands down. But God, this Optimus Prime, oh Lord, oh my good Lord! And this is actually the re-release of Optimus Prime, but just redecoed in the more G1 colors. But he was on sale for $100, which as opposed to the original version, which was for $130. So, but these guys are going to stay down here, I think. I just love the way that they're set up. I'm going to move this over yonder, so it's hopefully it doesn't knock everybody over. I'll move it over so you can see it. That looks better. But I'm going to do reviews on all of these. I just don't know where to start. It's kind of overwhelming a little bit. Especially with the NECA Queen Alien. Now I have a whole lot of big figures that... I'll be honest with you guys, as a reviewer, don't mind Huey Lewis. He's just chilling. I'll be honest, as a reviewer, I'm not a fan of doing larger figure reviews. But I will do it. It will be done. Because I want to do it. But, alright, so there's that. And there's the TV. And we're going back upstairs. dang, dang. Oh, look, I have a... Here's my airsoft ghillie suit. I know I've talked about it numerous times, but there it is. And here's the pants. The pants are all rolled up. So those are them. My rifle is upstairs. There's the coat. Oh shit! There's the coat. My burlap. It's my burlap. Ghillie suit. All right. So moving on. If you guys want to see the rifle really quick, I can show you that. I know I said I was going to, and I never did, but I will do that. Oh my god, I haven't been up here in so long. Well, everything stayed the same, so... Alright, so let me grab the... bear with me here. Let me get that light out of your face. I might have put it back in here. Yep, here it is. I don't know if I showed this before. I might have. I can't remember. But... this is my airsoft rifle. Here it is. I wrapped it. I have to rewrap it every time I have an airsoft game. But here it is. It is the pretty much an L96 or L85 115A3. Works well. I've had this for a few years. I've upgraded the pin, the spring on it, the scope is a pretty well done scope. But yeah, this is my setup, my loadout for my sniper. So it looks good. It's nice. It works. It's pretty much this in my oh, that's all the way downstairs. I could have showed you that too, but I do have a sidearm. I pretty much run with this, which is a little bit on the burly side, but I'm so used to how heavy this thing is that it doesn't even like phase me anymore as far as this goes. I want to say this weighs about 10 pounds, so you're lugging around 10 pounds, and I don't use slings for this. I usually, if I have to sit down or something, I usually just set it down, or I'll prop it up next to something. Some people love slings. I'm not a really big fan of when a sling's on a sniper rifle, and they don't really work on a sniper rifle. There are two like connector ports back here for it on the stock, but it's not all that great. So, but there's the rifle. Like I said, it's all wrapped up, so you can't see too much of the detail or anything like that. But that's pretty much it. The clip is right here. Right there for the clip. I have multiple clips. I do have sometimes I'll run with a ghillie suit without a tack vest. I'll just run with a camelback, just because it's easier to be able to maneuver. And I like to run around a lot. I know. It depends on the game too, I guess. But I like to maneuver a lot. I like to move a lot if I can. If I can't, then I just sit still and I don't move. But for the most part, for me, and especially if I'm working with my team, I usually just do recon, and then sometimes I'll take out a few here and there. But we work very, we like to use a lot of actual military tactics, so it all depends on, some games I'll have like 10 kills, some games I'll have 1 or 2, you know, it all depends. But how you play. And it also depends on the game, too. But the only other gun, I have an AEG, but it's not here. It's actually being upgraded. And I have a gas-powered 1911. So, and that's pretty much it. So, as far as airsoft goes. Let me get this put away. So there's that. There's the gun. The BB gun. Somebody on here is gonna be like, oh my god, he's got a freaking sniper rifle. What the hell? You alright there, pal? You alright there, bud? Okay, we're going back downstairs. Let's go. Alright, so that's that. I have to like angle my head. All right. Okay. Sorry. There we go. All right. Well, let's see what time it is. Ooh, I do have to end the stream very, very quickly. So I do have to be somewhere. Can I make a video of an airsoft game? You know what? I would love to. I don't have a GoPro, and the only other thing I have is a camcorder. And if you've airsofted before, you don't want to run around with a camcorder in your hand. Plus, you'll give away your position. And so if I ever get a GoPro and I can attach it to the barrel of my rifle, I will totally do that. But I don't own a GoPro. I know they only cost like $50-$60, but you know, I don't have one right now. So in the foreseeable future, I probably won't do a video, but maybe down the road. What's the range on the sniper rifle? My longest shot, it depends if you're lobbing shots or what. I want to say about, it depends on the shot. It depends on your shot, your hop up, a lot of different things come into play. I don't necessarily know my longest shot because it's kind of hard to measure. And you're working with BB, so there's BB drop. Or sometimes it'll float up or float down. It all depends on like how you have your hop up set up, how you have your spring. Depends. And I'll say this: a lot of like sometimes I have to bring an extra like spring and regular stock setup with me because some places they don't like anything more than around 600 feet per second. So like I've been told during games that my gun is too powerful, and I'm like, you guys chronographed my friggin' gun before the game started and there was no issues, and now you're telling me there's an issue? It's a little weird. So some places are weird about it. So I feel like some people that run it, like I've gotten kills on people that have run games and they get salty about it, and then they're like, oh, you can't use that. You can't use that now. So I try to stay away from those games because anyway, I don't want to get into all that. Do I have a Shadow Viper? I think I have a Shadow Viper upstairs. All my G.I. Joe stuff is upstairs except for this little setup, which is actually going to be moved because I got to make room for my Transformer stuff, which is, I don't even know how I'm going to fit all that stuff over here. But I think I have I have a Shadow Viper. Yeah, I definitely will check out Heavy Tread. Thanks, Action Figure Expert. I mean, sometimes what I will do is, like before I knew that there was like airsoft games and stuff. This was years ago. I want to say about 6 or 7 years ago. Sometimes I would just like, my uncle has like a whole bunch of land. Sometimes I would just go out with my friends and we'd just bring pistols, and I feel like we're playing friggin' real life version of 007 GoldenEye. We just bring out like pretty much not even gas powered. We just basically spring loaded airsoft pistols. It was a lot of fun though. It's fun. I mean, there's definitely you can probably find games. Some places have indoor games, some places don't. I have a couple indoor places in my area. So, sorry, I'm just texting somebody really quick. Any other questions before I go? Oh, Human Mechanism, I didn't see you, buddy. How's it going, bud? What brand AEG do I use? Echo 1. I used to use Classic Army, but Echo 1 now. So it's just an M4. What's the cost of the gun? It depends on what you buy. Depends the company that you buy from. I'd say if you're just starting out, get something a little bit cheaper. I would definitely suggest starting off with an AEG, which is basically just a battery-powered automatic assault rifle. Start off with that; it's a little bit more fun. And then if you want to try the sniper thing, try it. But I was actually trained by an actual Marine sniper, like how to maneuver, how to work. Like I didn't know shit about sniping before, and they wanted me to be the sniper on their team. So I was like, okay, well, yeah, shit, man, okay. And because I'm kind, like I'm not as skinny as I used to be, which I wish I was, but I'm still pretty like agile and stuff. Like they call me Spider-Man sometimes. Like even at work, like sometimes I'll climb up on a freaking side of a dump truck to fix something if it falls out. But anyway, but they wanted me because I could recon, and because I have horrible ADD, sometimes I pay attention too much to detail. But that's what they wanted, so I was actually like trained as far as military maneuvers, stuff like that for airsoft. Trained by an actual Marine sniper, so. But yeah, start with an AEG. I'd say if you can afford an Echo 1, I'd say go with that. Classic Army, there's a whole bunch of starter companies too. Like I don't even know if UTG is still a company, but well, yeah. So I think, what was it? There's a couple places that you can go check out. I'm sure if you just Google airsofting, a bunch of different places will pop up. So, well, you shouldn't have an issue with it. But what's the cost of your gun? Oh, with all the upgrades. Okay, I already answered that. Yeah, some people prefer paintball. I just like the little bit more of realism that you get with airsoft. Milsim's a lot of fun too. Doing some milsim stuff like that. Or are you knocking over my water, you little dingus? Yeah, the goose right now. But all right, I think I'm gonna call it quits here, guys. I know I promised a review on Saturday, and I feel really bad about that. I'm usually trying to be a man of my word, and when I say I'm gonna do something, I do it, and then when I don't, I feel like an asshole. So, but I did work my rear end off, and I wanted to spend some time with some people from out of town that I haven't seen in a few years now. So, yeah, G&G is pretty good. Yeah, Human Mechanism. Listen to him. But yeah, all right. So I'm gonna work on a review tonight as soon as I get back home. But I gotta do a couple errands tonight, so I'm gonna let you all go. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I don't even know what this is. Captain Marvel review / re-giveaway. So there's that. Be sure to hit the like button if you want to. If not, that's cool too. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. If you like the content, be sure to hit the bell for notifications until you see two little parentheses hanging over the bell. The bill? 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 The bell. Stupid.